Well. I guess it's kind of crazy. Um, I was getting ready to drop episode, which I probably will still release because I was for sure that this was going to happen, and I have no problem with being wrong. But the Bulls did not go with the familiar face. They did not hire Matt Lloyd as the executive basketball president of operations for them. They decided to go with Bryson Graham, the senior vice president for the Atlanta Hawks. And I am thoroughly shocked. I am completely shocked. I will say that I did not see this coming. This was not one of the names that everybody kept saying was high from all of the reports that were coming out. It was almost a for sure thing that Matt Lloyd was going to be the executive president of operations for the Chicago Bulls. And it turns out that the Bulls have decided not to go that direction. Now, I wonder if this is due to the possible backlash that may have come their way due to the fact that there were already some percolating voices, such as mine, that was saying that a Matt Lloyd hire would be too familiar. It'd be the Bulls doing the same old thing, and that wouldn't necessarily look well for the Bulls to just go down that same path. And I wonder if this is them hearing the noise yet again, because we all know that right before AK and Mark Eversley was fired, there was a lot of people calling for their jobs. And so I wonder if yet again they're hearing, they're listening, and they're seeing that people see the Matt Lloyd hire as another situation, if it would have happened, as another situation where the Bulls let familiarity uh, push them into and possibly making a bad decision. Now, granted, Matt Lloyd could have been perfect. I also wonder if, because Matt Lloyd is part of Minnesota, maybe Matt Lloyd wasn't willing to move from Minnesota just yet. Or possibly because of what is happening with Minnesota moving on to the next round and everything that's going on, maybe there was just too much work to be done with Minnesota. You got Dante DiVincenzo hurt. You got Anthony Edwards hurt. Maybe there's too much that Matt Lloyd needs to do with ensuring that Minnesota is going forward in the right direction, that he honestly didn't have time to just leave them, vacate them, and start working on what the Bulls need to do, knowing that the draft lottery is coming, knowing that we have to prepare for these picks that we have that's going to be in this draft. We have to start looking at what the offseason plan is going to be. You need somebody that can come in right now and start getting things ready to go. And that possibly could be the reason that Bryson Graham got the job over Matt Lloyd. Is just timing potentially is more important than who was a familiar face. Having a guy that can start right now, getting things together, knowing that the lottery is right around the corner, preparing for what the offseason is going to look like, preparing for what the combine should look like, preparing to scout and get your scouting team and getting a head coach, getting a general manager, and having a executive president of operations that's ready to do that now, and not having to deal with somebody coming in from an organization that's currently in the playoffs, possibly was the direction that this front office, that the Bulls ownership and everybody was going, making sure they got somebody that can start right now looking at things. And so I think that was the probably the main reason, outside of the fact that the Atlanta Hawks have turned things around. They look like they're on the up and up. And, outside of that being the reason for Bryson Graham being the hire. But yeah, I am shocked. I am completely shocked that the Bulls decided to go in this direction, but we shall see if this ends up being a good decision. But as of right now, it looks like the Bulls are going with Bryson Graham as the president of basketball operations, and we will see what this looks like. But for me, I'm happy that we're not going into the familiar road of things, that they're not just going with the familiar face, and that they're traveling into the world of uncertainty and the unknown. And that, for me, shows signs that the Bulls ownership is trying to do things different, trying to be different, and looking for results in different places. So, yeah, this is your boy, Coach Malcolm. This is a halftime short. This is an emergency statement on behalf of the fact that the Bulls did something different. And, yeah, it's a halftime podcast. You know what it is. See red, bear down, baby. Peace.